Cambridge IELTS 13 Speaking Test 1, Part 1, Television Programs. Where do you usually watch TV programs, shows? Why? The living room is the place in my house where I usually watch television programs that I like. It is definitely the most comfortable place for me since I can lie down on the couch. And if I am snacking on some food, I have a nice coffee table where I can put the containers. What is your favorite TV program show? Why? My favorite TV show is a series from the 1980s called The Wonder Years. This series is about a boy who lives with his family in the suburbs of Burbank, California. It is my favorite show because I wanted it with my family. I watched it with my family when I was a child, and every time I watch it, it brings back good memories. Are there any programs, shows that you don't like watching? Why? Why not? The programs that I don't like are comedies mixed with double meaning, which are very common in my country. I don't like them because the double meaning is always vulgar and everything is said in high sounding voices that make constant reference to sex. Programs like that are just boring. There are lots of other shows that are more interesting or educational. Do you think I should watch more TV or pure TV programs, shows in the future? Why? Why not? I think that in the future, I will continue to watch television programs as they are a good way to spend free time. Also, the constant offer of new series on Netflix and the Prime Video on various topics is extensive, and you can choose from a huge range of options for all ages and personal interests. Part 2. Describe someone you know who has started a business. You should say who he, she is, what work he, she does, why he, she decided to start a business, and explain whether you would like to do the same kind of work as this person. Two years ago, I met a girl who attended who I attended to because she wanted to enter the sports club where I worked. In a short time, we became good friends and even went on some trips together. She told me that in addition to working, giving talks to women who have suffered some kind of violence, a few years ago, a friend of hers invited her to start a food and beverage business together. They decided to search for a location for their business downtown in the city where we live. They wanted to get a space that they chose because it had several stores that offered a wide variety of food and drinks. Many people went to this place for several years, and she and her friend managed to establish their business there successfully. They installed all the equipment and fixtures and the products that they sold to the public were different types of snacks that are widely consumed in places of entertainment. From the beginning, they did well and they managed to sell their products, building a sustainable business and making a profit. Now she is the sole owner of the premises and has 4 workers who support her running the business. Their hours are long and sometimes they close at 3 a.m. in the morning on weekends. But she says that she would rather have a business than work in a government office where you work many hours sitting at a desk and have little money and days off to go on vacation. The main reason for having decided to start a business, according to her, was to be able to not have set dues, immediate bosses, or a mandatory uniform, and most important, to be independent. In my case, I thought that if I had the option of setting up a similar business, I wouldn't. I think the handling of perishable products is very complicated and it is a significant pressure to sell everything before it spoils, being in this case a total loss. Food handling is not an easy thing. It is not like having a clothing or footwear store. I think I would dedicate myself more to selling through the internet. Part 3, discussion topics, choosing work. In your country, what kinds of jobs do young people not want to do? In my country, having a job is more important than the type of job you can get. Much of the workforce operates within a hiring system where labor rights are non-existent and so-called outsourcing prevails, which does not guarantee a salary and offers less rights for workers. Who is best at advising young people about choosing a job, teachers or parents? The answer may be very similar, as both are examples for young people. The father is an example for many years as to the type of worker that he is, while the teacher promotes the type of worker that young person could become. Both can give good guidance based on their own experience. It's good that young people have several different perspectives on work so they can be better informed and make the best choice for themselves. Is money always the most important thing when choosing a job? I believe that the choice of a job also depends on several other factors, such as the time to travel there, or the location of the job, or even the type of job, if it has a good long-term prospects. But the economic part of the wage or salary plays a role that could be decisive if the above factors are not a definite obstacle. In case of being far away, the person can move, and in case it means many hours a day, the person might have to say goodbye to their proposal, to their personal life for a while. Work-life balance. Do you agree that many people nowadays are under pressure to work longer hours and take fewer holidays? Yes, of course, I agree that many of the people who work today are increasingly pressured to spend more hours working than in the past. There are several factors such as the workload assigned to a person, and that is actually for 2 or more people. Likewise, they could be persuaded to work longer hours than others with the intention of acquiring a higher income due to their personal needs and financial commitments. What is the impact on society of people having a poor work-life balance? Nowadays, it seems that it is more important to maintain a relationship with work than a personal relationship. People no longer have time to meet other people, and if they have met them, they do not have time to see them very often. Family relationships are nurtured only at Christmas and New Year, and some children grow up with absent parents. They might live with them, but they are always working and down to spend quality time together. And then parents wonder why we have a problem with so many disoriented young people. Could you recommend some effective strategies of our governments and employers to ensure people have a good work-life balance? In our world today, the answer to everything is money. Among the things that the governments must assure is the guarantee of basic rights, education, housing, food, and health. If people have enough money to cover their basic needs, then they will not have the urgency to dedicate more time into their work and forget their personal life. As for companies, a fair salary should suffice and they should not make unrealistic demands on their employees in terms of the number of hours they work or overtime or excessive responsibilities that can lead to stress and poor work-life balance. And in the end, the formal request, if you have not yet, please subscribe our channel and press the like and bell button to get the press from us. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time and goodbye.